Folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
On play action, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
They'll run on first down with Moats. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On play action, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming up for the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big gain there for the Bills.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
Here's Allen. He will find Davis on the left side complete. Touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think, you know, in your mind.
Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. Man, tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen going to look to run it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Allen off the play fake. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back in the back 7, phenomenal.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Hill off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. Rolling to his left. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
At the 22-yard line.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. And have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Moss. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's what linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now a give running left with Moss. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed them. So now it brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
They'll try and run for this with Moss.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Harris now to return. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
You can't make that throw.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want.
No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Play action. Hill. Washington's got it. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Second down and 3.
From the gun, here's Hill. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Hill.
Well, he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And it's 21-3. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Allen going to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Allen going to keep it again.
Able to fight through one tackle. But he's out of bounds before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Well, that's complete to Sanders.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Emmanuel Sanders, of course, veteran receiver, played for a lot of teams, and he was with the Saints last year. His one and only season with him, he had 61 catches, 726 yards, and was a de facto #1 receiver for most of the year with Michael Thomas out with injury.
They'll run on 1st down. Moss. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Moss.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Moss once more.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Zach Moss.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Championships, baby. Check.
To throw is Hill. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Here's Moss, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now a give to Breida. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Get the ball. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On the option, they'll hand it to Moss. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Bills.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, four down. Mike 56. Mike 56. Let's go, baby. Return over. Alert!
On first down, it's Moss, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And so much of being a good tackler is understanding and taking the right angles to a ball carrier. And that was just tremendous straight line speed there. He eliminated the angles and was able to meet his man behind the line of scrimmage.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. 2nd and 12. And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Saints.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Hill. Amendola's got it complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Hill. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Give them 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is as opposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
49, 49, guys. Mike, 49.
They go play fake, and it's Hill. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. And we got to get your...
Another try after the first down sack. Hill to the right side and complete to Washington. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Watch 49. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Looking to throw. Washington. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time on 4th for Hill. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Get that quarterback, D-line. Hammer 11. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now it's Hill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
I got you. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Wings. Some penetration. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Watch 60 Eagle.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
the gun. It's a run for Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. The busy night continues for Kamara. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hill now to throw. Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ed Oliver able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Fourth down, Hill remains on the field as they'll go for it.
49 the mic. 49 the mic. Let's run.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now playing.
So for Buffalo, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.